Hello guys, my name is Ronald and this should be one of your favorite YouTube channels. Okay, today we are going to have a look at the weekly analysis. Today we are going to have a look at the weekly analysis, okay? So previously I showed you pairs that we think are going to make it big for the last week. So from the beginning we are going to just have a review of the pairs I told you about and what we think will happen to them this coming week, so that you can check your entry points and see what you can have for this coming week. Okay, so straight away we will start with the pound and USD. You remember pound and USD was one of the pairs that I gave you. You can check my previous videos. So we are just checking them the way I gave it to you. So we are just checking how it was. Okay, so for the pound USD, we were 100% correct. Okay, like I told you, we got our Fibonacci from here to here, and we said it will, from this point we said it will have a pullback here and it will continue down, and we were 100% right. So for our first, you may call it signal, for our first signal, or from our first prediction, probably it was 100% correct, and until now it's still moving down. Okay, so for now it moved down and it's still within profit. Like I told you, you can always move out. For example, if it takes you in from here, like it took us in from here, by the time it reaches here you have to move out from this point here, from the 0.2, you have to move out of here. Okay, from here then you have to move out, and you can always come in and out just like that. So for now, that pair of ours did really good. For this coming week, you could probably wait for it to give a small pullback, then you enter again for the sale. Okay, but for this week it will consolidate, that's what we think, then it will move down. So you could either continue with the same signal, or you could wait and move on with other pairs, because we have other pairs that have really shown us a good movement. Okay, so next I will show you the pound and CHF. The pound and the CHF. Okay, let's first deal with the pound pairs that I gave you. So for the pound and the CHF, this is what I told you. Okay, let's see. I told you the pair will move to the downside, which was 100% correct again. Okay, so you can see from here the pair moved to the downside. Okay, there was some news here and it really went to the downside. So for our entry, it was just right there, just here. Okay, and we are just extremely lucky that we got it right. So our entry was just right here, and all these pips you could have taken all of them until here. So that one also we were 100% right. For the coming week, you could just hold on for this pair. For the coming week, you could wait for a small pullback, then continue down, or for now you can leave it, because it will maybe consolidate. Okay, but for sure it will still come back down to retest any of these zones. Okay, otherwise it can as well choose to go up, because it has already retested the 0.38. okay, our next pair we are going to look at the AUD USD. I'm only looking for the previous pairs that I gave you. Okay, so for the AUD USD, just right here. For the AUD USD, okay, we are saying we say this pair will go to the downside. That one we are 100% correct. Then we said it's gonna pull back until this area, but it pulled back until this area. Okay, so it never got exactly to our point, but it pulled back until this area and then went down. So we will take this one as also as part of our correct prediction for this for the previous week. So this one also we got it right. Okay, I told you in my previous video, once it will give us a pullback, we will put our sell limit orders just here, just around here. So it's going up, we don't put our buy our sell limit orders and sell stop like this, so we put it just below here, so when it comes back it's taking us in. So this one we were also 99% correct. So the pair for the all of the week it came down. Okay, it just pulled back here, it came down, and at the end of the week, if somebody took that pair, he would be in profit. So that's your AUD USD. Next for this week, if you want, you could take this pair in and still look for the downside, but for now you could leave it because we think it will be consolidating for this week. Okay, we can look for other better signals for this week. Okay, so that means we were correct in 3 of our signals for now. Remember, we had 11 signals yesterday that coming the previous week. Okay, so next we are going to look at the USD card. The USD card, this one right here. Okay, this is what I told you last week. It broke out of this structure. We were thinking it's gonna come back, retest this area, which we are correct. Then after retesting this area, it will go up. So for this signal, you can see it has come back until here. This is where it is. This is where the candle is, just around here. So we were expecting it to pull back from here and go back outside. So this one is also valid. It's still valid, but it has not taken us in. So what next for this pair? What you will do, you have to put buy limit orders just right above here. I'll show you. We need to get our buy limit order. So you have to put here, just above this structure, a buy limit order. Depending on how many orders you put. I usually put a maximum of 3 and a minimum of 2. So we can put a buy limit order below this structure or below this structure. Let's check on the 1 hour if the structure is clear. Okay, so you can put a buy limit order just below here, just above here, or another buy limit order above here, because this maybe it is not going to come back down again until this area. So for sure this USD card is going up, so we can put a buy limit, a buy stop here and a buy stop here, so it can take us in for this coming week, and we could still maintain our take profit like the one we had for the previous pair. Okay, so you can refer to the whole videos for these pairs, so you will see what we predicted. And for this pair also, we are doing good. So far so good. Okay, next we are going to look at the Euro USD. The Euro USD. These are previous pairs that I gave you, but that have really done us more wonders for this week. So for the Euro USD, let's check what we said. Okay, for the Euro USD, we say this pair is gonna go to the downside for this week. And as you can see, we predicted it's gonna retest this area just right here and come down. So when you look at it, it retested just around here. Let's get our just right here. It retested just around this one, actually here. It retested this area just right here, just before our signal. But remember what I told you, once the pair shows you that it has moved until this point, you have to put your buy limit orders here, your sell limit orders, so that when the market is coming back, it will move down with you. So this one we will take it because the market went down. Okay, so we will take this as also part of our correct prediction for this pair for the Euro USD. Okay, usually the pound USD, the pound USD and the Euro USD, they usually have the same movement, and once we saw the pound moving down, we knew the Euro USD would move down anytime. So we were right on that pair. Guys, that's why I told you this should be one of your favorite YouTube channels. Don't take it for granted. This for sure should be one of your favorite YouTube channel. So without any hesitation, I will show you the next pair, which I think should be the NZD USD. When you check out the NZD USD, remember I'm giving you pairs that we checked out last week, and we gave you entry points that would be okay. So for this pair also, we said our Euro USD would move to the downside, which was also 100% correct. This pair moved to the downside. but then we were looking for our entry points. So we said this pair would give a pullback until this area here, but it gave us a pullback until just slightly below here. Give us a pullback just slightly below. So just a minute. Just a minute. So we are saying it gave us a pullback just slightly below our entry point. Okay, like I've told you again, I will insist, once a pair shows a pullback, we are not certain that it will reach our entry point. So what you have to do, you put sell limit orders just below those pairs. So like this one, somebody who entered right here, he would take the points until here, and you know, as you can look at it, it took until our take profit area. So we will take credit for this one also. So the NZD USD, it also went as planned. Okay, so big hand clap to us. Okay, so next we are going to look at the AUD NZD. Okay, remember we are looking at the pairs that I sent you last week, and what we think they are going, how they did perform. So every week we will be looking at the pairs, how they performed, and what we think will happen to them for this coming week. So for this pair, for this coming week, for the last week, we said it's gonna come here. It's gonna break this structure and take us in until this point. But as you can see, it broke this structure just right here, but it went back up. Still within the consolidation, it's retesting this area. Once it takes us out of this area, we will move out with no worries, okay? Because we are already in profit for the other pairs. Otherwise, we are still maintaining this pair because it broke out of this structure. It was overextended from here until here. So we are gonna we expect it to come down to retest the 0.5 or the 38.2, the 0.382. So for this signal, we still maintain this signal for this coming week. Once it takes us out of here, then we will leave it and we will take it as a loss. But for now, we have to maintain that. So out of our 11 pairs we analyzed last week, this is only the one which is still, it's not under loss, but it took us in, but it's still not yet into our take profit zone. So still we have a score just right there. Yes, again, you have to remember, I told you this should be one of your favorite YouTube channels because this is real. Okay, so after the AUD NZD, we are going to look at the gold. Okay, we have tried to analyze the gold also. So let's check. Why we took on the gold? Because we think the gold is overextended. Okay, when you look at the 4 hour, it's really overextended. And once you know the pairs we trade, those that are overextended and those that are broken out of structure. So for the gold, it had not yet broken out of structure. As you can see, it was in the structure, but it is overextended. Okay, so anytime it breaks out of the structure here, we will take it in. So this signal was not, this signal never took place, okay? Because the pair is still moving in the consolidation area, still moving just around there. So once it takes us in, we are ready for it, okay? So we expect a serious pullback. So that pair, you have to keep a watch on it for this coming week. That is our gold. Okay, so next we are going to look at the Euro CHF. The Euro and the CHF. Euro CHF. This was perfect. This was extremely perfect. So when you look at the Euro CHF, we said when it breaks out of this zone, just right here, it's going to take us in. And we were supported by the news, you see. Once it broke out of the structure, it came straight away until our take profit. So whoever took this signal, he must have enjoyed this. This was the most perfect one. The pound USD, the pound CHF, and the Euro CHF was the most perfect pair. So the last week the CHF was doing very, very, very good. Okay, so we have to give ourselves credit. We have to thank God also for giving us the eyes to see what is going to happen. Okay, yeah. So for this coming week, you could as well continue with the sell for this pair, or you could let it consolidate, because for sure it will consolidate, or you can put your sell limit order just below here. Just put your sell limit order just right below here, because it will for sure come back and retest any of these zones. If it doesn't, well and good. Okay, but don't forget, if you enter, please maintain the stop loss, or you can move it a little bit closer. Yeah, you don't have to trade without a stop loss. That you cannot dare to do it. But like I've told you, you have to use, if you want to come in earlier, then you have to check on the lower time frames. Let's say the 1 hour, you can come in below any structure. I usually enter my trades from the 5-minute time frame. So any structure from the 5-minute time frame, if you will see if it breaks any of these moving averages, you'll put your sell limit orders just right there. Okay, so this pair we can still maintain it for this week. Yeah, so next we are gonna look at the other pairs that we had predicted, or we had anticipated, and that was the NZD-JPY. Let's see. For the NZD-JPY, we said this pair would take us in here and it would go up. Okay, so we are looking at the bullish movement for that pair for the last week, and I think we were right, because remember I told you you have to be in and out of the market. So if you took this signal, let me show you from the 1 hour, it just took us from here. We said it will retest this area and take in. Okay, so it just retested it and went up. If you took this signal, by this point you would be out, or you would take it until anywhere here, then you would move out. Until anywhere here, then you would move out. So we would take a score for this one also. So we were super right on this one also. It's still coming back. It will retest this area. If it does, then you can take it in. If it doesn't, and you still want if you still want to take this pair, you can put your buy limit orders just above here, so that when the market comes, it goes back up with you. Yeah, so that is also the pair we're looking at next week. Okay, so the last pair was the NZD-JPY. NZD-JPY. Let's check on our NZD-JPY. NZD-JPY. Yeah, just right here. Okay, so for the NZD-JPY, this was a little bit tricky. I think this was only the pair which did not work out for us. Okay, not sure if it has even taken our stop loss, but as you can see, we took this pair because it had broken out. It had a slight breakout from the structure. It was from this point here. It was just from this point. So we said if it breaks out from here, we are going in. So it broke out, then came back down, then it took us in here, but it never went up. Okay, so if you want, you can still maintain this one. You can still maintain. You will take this as your buy stop. Once it gets here, it will take you in, or otherwise you would leave this pair. Okay, just let it be, because you will not catch every move. Just let it be, because it's still under a lot of consolidation. So just let it be. Let's look for other pairs that we think will make it big. Okay, so that's it for all the pairs that we had checked out through, and we think we really made it. It's only one pair that didn't make it. Out of the 11, out of our 11 pairs, it's only one that didn't make it. So for this week, I will show you briefly the pairs that I think will make big, but I'm going to make a video separately for each pair, so that you can be ready for this coming week too. Okay, so first we are going to look at the Euro GBP. Remember, our strategy is the breakout from the 1 hour. So once the pair breaks out of the 1 hour, we are coming in. So the Euro JBP has broken out of this structure. I'll show you. It has broken out of this structure. So we're gonna come in. I'll show you the next video. The next pair we are gonna look at is the GBP card. GBP card, the pound card. Okay, so the pound card also has broken out. I will show you. It broke out of this structure, so we are coming in. Okay, so when we pull back, we are coming in. The next video you're gonna watch the JBP separately. Okay, next is the JBP USD. So the pairs for this coming week, the USD is back in this coming week. It has broken out of this structure. We will let go the previous one, then we will just continue with this one. In the next video I will show you exactly what we are targeting. Okay, and the last pair we will look out will be on the NZDCHF. So NZDCHF also broke out, retested, and we expect it to move down again. So from the next video I'm gonna show you where our entry points will be, so that we can get some pips from this pair. Okay, so for this week that's it. The next videos will show you for the new week. Thank you again, and please subscribe, like, and follow my channel. Okay, because our signals are real. Okay.